Hello, everybody. Hola, it's Fabi Paolini here once again. And I just wanted to come here and say hello, see how you guys are doing, what you guys are up to, and just kind of share a little bit of behind the scenes sneak peek into my world quickly. Because if you guys have been around for the past few days, you know that my daughter is sick and she's home and likes to pop in. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. And okay, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into my world and into how I do certain things in my business. And I think that you guys are going to really enjoy seeing this because I don't know, I just find it that it's always interesting seeing how people work. And I'm going to do it specifically with one of my clients that I'm currently working with, which is Crystal, which I've talked to you guys a whole bunch about in the last few days. So as you guys know, part of the work that I do with my clients is I basically look at, I'll try to walk you through the whole process because I think you might dig it a little bit, I hope at least. And basically what I do is that once people start working with me, they have to fill what I call the brand foundation workbook, which allows me to understand a little bit more who they are, what they're all about, and just get this insight into their world. So basically what I do is I send them this workbook. I'm going to kind of walk you through it, and they answer a whole bunch of questions, giving me a little bit more insight into their lives, into their feelings, into everything. And from that workbook, which is insanely long, and I have to sometimes apologize because I ask a ton of questions, we go on to have our first call together. And on that first call, I get to know a little bit more about them. And from that, I create what I call their brand strategy book. And what I want to show you right now is Crystal's brand strategy book. Although the one that I'm going to show you right now is like the one with her final brand and logo. But usually what I do is I send it to them first, like with not branded, right? Like branded with my own brand. And then once we finish doing that, and I send them like logo options and everything, we move from there. So I'll actually kind of walk you through this too. This is kind of fun and interesting. I've actually never done this sort of behind the scenes look at how I work and how I do things, but I think that you guys could, benefit from it and see how interesting the process is, or like what the process is like. Anyways, so again, she fills out the workbook. We have our first call together, ask her a bunch of questions or ask them a bunch of questions. And then I also have them fill out and create this board on Pinterest with all the things that they want to do for their brand. Like just things that inspire them, things that they like, photos, fonts, all of these different sort of things that give me an idea of the direction that this brand wants to take or who they are. Okay. So once we do that, then I go into designing everything for these people. And I actually want to show you the first thing that I did for Crystal, which was over here. You could see kind of how my Illustrator board looks like, right? I kind of create this general mood board. I look for colors, I look for fonts, and I start writing and creating the logo and the basic image that I want for this person. Now, in this case in particular, she wasn't into this. So we reworked it, and what ended up being what her brand looks like is this right over here, right? So this is actually the final result from it, which is, very clean, very elegant, and you could kind of see how these images down here really tie in with the rest of the brand, right? So this kind of mood board kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of that direction, which I ended up taking with Crystal, which is really cool. And then from there, like I was saying, I create the brand strategy book. And in this case, I'm going to show you the brand strategy book that is already like done with like the actual design. And so on brand basically. And I actually just sent her this document. She hasn't seen this version of it yet because I literally just sent it to her in an email. So I sent them this over here, which is her brand strategy book already on brand, with photos and fonts and textures and all these different things that are the things that we work together for her. So we talked about, what her values are, what her brand represents, her mission, manifesto, her offer, core message, all the 6 S's of singularity. We talk about her audience, like all the work that we try to do with the audience and really going in there to define who her audience is, what they're doing wrong, what like the does it sound like you sort of thing, what the results are from working with her, what the after is, like the big benefit, the core problem that she solves, what the walk away with, which is like basically the results. And I go into writing website copy. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. And I just sent her this because she hadn't seen it on brand and ready, and just kind of having that. But basically, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek behind, or like this behind the scenes look at the way in which I'm doing things, and how I kind of build it out together. And then once we're done with this, basically I go in to start designing the website and working on her marketing strategy too. So in this case in particular with Crystal, we're still in the process of defining exactly what her offer is going to look like. So, you know, we're going back and forth. She's sending me files and documents like, what do you think? Should I do this? Should I do that? How do I package it? How do I price it? And just kind of go through that process. So I will be kind of giving you an update as we move forward when the website's ready, or as I'm designing the website. I'll give you guys a sneak peek into that because I think it could be kind of cool. And I'll also give you guys a sneak peek into what the what the marketing strategy is that we work together, and a little bit of that too, because I think that would be really, really cool for you guys to see as well. But anyways, that's kind of a little bit of like the behind the scenes of how I do things and the way that I work. And it's a really fun and interesting process. And it's funny because I was talking about this with my husband earlier today. Like, I am a very great mix between somebody who is very like left brain and right brain. So I am super, super, like, I love automation, creating systems and creating processes. I love it. And I'm also very creative too. So I have like this really perfect mix of left brain and right brain, where I can bring these two sides together and be like, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that. And can be really creative, but with a really strict process that I follow that makes it really easy. And because we dive deep into defining, okay, who are you? What are you about? Who's your audience? What's your message? What do you want to say? How do you want to say it? It really makes a really, really big impact in the way in which I am communicating with my audience, in the way that I'm creating content for my clients, and even in the way like we're creating their marketing strategies, and the way that their websites look. So it really impacts their business in a variety of different ways. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to share this, a little bit of like that behind the scenes of how this works. Because I feel like sometimes we look at people doing stuff and we look like it's easy to see the final result sometimes, right? And see, oh, okay, look at that. But the truth is that there's a lot of work behind it. And I've been posting some things lately here and showing you guys a little bit of that behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, like showing you the final result and telling you, like I shared Leslie's this week. I talked to you guys a little bit about Leslie. I'll be talking to Eileen next week and showing you different things here and there. And it's easy to see the final result and not see the process that went behind us getting to that place. So that's why I wanted to kind of just show you, okay, this is what we do. I have you fill out the book, then we do this, and then we do that. And obviously I'm giving you an example for my one-on-one, because I have two types of clients, or two types of ways to work with me. One is the one-on-one, and one is the group program, which is Breakthrough Brand. And obviously with Breakthrough Brand, they're not getting design from me directly, but I am giving them direct feedback on on design. So for example, on our call today, and I have calls every single Thursday, we went really, really deep into looking at like a few different people's websites and giving them specific tips and things, and even copywriting for them, like telling them, okay, change this copy, have it say that thing, move this here, move it there, like live on the call with them, and giving them a lot of that advice directly, which is fundamental. And I'll share actually a message that I got today from somebody within Breakthrough Brand, because like I was saying, sometimes you need somebody from the outside looking in and telling you, hey, I think that this isn't the right direction. I think that you need to do this or you need to do that. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of that behind the scenes into my world and into the way that I work. And I wanted to give you a little bit of the process behind me working with Crystal, which I think is going to be really cool to show you. Okay, now I'm going to start working on her website, I think probably next week or in the next couple of weeks, and just moving from there. But anyways, that's it. Just wanted to show you this quickly. And if you guys need help with any of this or all of it, remember that all you got to do is book a call with me, FabiPaolini.com/call. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow.